Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Your Name. So this is a movie that's been out for a while now, but in other countries. So to see it in theaters in North America, this was the weekend to go see it. So I don't know if it's going to be playing, how long it's going to be playing. It's in limited theaters, but I did have a theater close to me that I was able to go see this film. So Your Name, I wanted to see in dub. So with anime, I just started getting the anime, a couple of years back, and I like seeing anime in dub. I know that's definitely a conversation in the anime community, but I like it in dub because you don't have to focus so much on the bottom of the screen, and you get to see the animation. And then if I really like it in dub, I could go see it in sub after to kind of get a different experience. But the movie theater I went to only had it in sub, so we went to go see the film and we saw it in sub. So this is my experience of seeing the movie in sub instead of dub. So what is this film about? Also, just to give a little warning, I will have a non-spoiler portion for this review and then a spoiler portion. So going into the non-spoiler portion, what is this movie about? Well, how they promote this movie is about these two characters who switch bodies. A girl who lives in kind of the countryside, small town in Japan, and then we have a guy who lives in Tokyo, and you see their different lives and they switch bodies. So the rest of the story kind of develops after this and where the main plot actually goes. So what did I think of the movie overall, though? There's a big conversation about dreams in this film, which I will definitely go a bit deeper into that in my spoiler portion. But I like that this film, the structure of the film seems like a dream. I think some people are going to really like that or dislike that. People that really like character-driven storylines and more linear storytelling might get a little confused here. And I think, especially if you see the sub movie and you're not used to seeing a sub movie, that's where it gets a little confusing, like, oh, okay, who's who right now, but you get the gist throughout the film, and it's supposed to be non-linear, and I like that aspect of the film. I like that it's like you are in a dream. It's the consciousness of you being in a dream. And then I felt that the swapping of bodies was a lot of fun. I personally think I would have gotten more out of it from the dub, and some of the jokes would have landed a bit more with the dub, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I actually wanted more of it, though. I wanted even more of them switching bodies and learning about each other. And again, I'll go more into that with the spoiler portion. But overall, I had a fun time with the film. I mean, a big aspect of what makes this film is the animation. There's some beautiful sequences with the film, and also the environment of the animation. Not just the characters and their facial expressions, but the backgrounds. That's a really big part, because you see, again, two different sides of Japan, the countryside and then the city side, which is Tokyo. So that's definitely a big aspect of the film. So overall, I'd probably give the film 4 stars. I thought it was a very solid movie. It's a movie I was really looking forward to, and I could see myself seeing again to kind of get a different perspective on it. So moving on to the spoiler portion. So this kind of goes into why I gave it 4 stars, because there are aspects of the film that I didn't think were necessarily needed. Because I do think it was a bit of a longer film than it needed to be. And a couple of characters were kind of added in there that I personally didn't think needed to be in the film. Like, we have Taki's crush, which I liked her character because when they switched bodies, it was fun to kind of see our female character interact with her. I thought that was, a fun part, which again, I think I would have enjoyed in dub a bit more. But a lot of her character after that doesn't really make much for the plot. Like, her and one of his friends follow him to go to this place, which I guess they're there just to show that Taki is not just like imagining all of this, I guess. Maybe that's why they're there, but I didn't really think they were very necessary for the film, or at least that section of the film. I think they were really only necessary for the first half of the film. And then going into, this is a big spoiler, the twist of the film, which is that we have the countryside get exploded by an asteroid, and we find out that our female character died 3 years ago. So he was switching bodies with somebody that wasn't from our time, which is very interesting. And that had to do with, they tried to bring in this whole time aspect to the dream aspect, which I thought was really cool. So I liked that. But I felt like her saving the town was when I started getting a little bored. It kind of felt very different from what they were doing in the beginning of the film, trying to save their town. Again, it made for an interesting twist, but I didn't really care for the moment she was saving her town. It kind of made the movie prolong a bit, and especially in the end, where we get to see Taki and our female character, interacting with each other and they don't actually know each other. They very much prolong that, but it was fun to kind of see that. I did enjoy it. So going back into the dream aspect, I did like that for the structure, and I find it very interesting for the switching body aspect of it, right? Because when you're in a dream, do you know who you are? Like, do you have an identity in your own dream? And maybe I'm reaching for that, but I find that to be more interesting with the switching body portion of it. And also, of course, it's a romance, so that's why they switch bodies and they try to understand each other. But I like that. And again, that's the struggle of the film, is that you have this dreamlike structure, so it's very much that, oh, I've forgotten something. What did I forget? And the way the narrative is told can get a little confusing, I think, if you're not used to sub. But I liked it. I liked that aspect, and I felt like it was different because of that. It was a different type of film because it focused on that aspect. So I enjoyed that. But I wanted a little bit more of, I guess, the gender themes of switching bodies. I expected a little bit more from it because it's just, even though they switch bodies a lot, you know, I wanted to see more from their lives. You see a glimpse of their lives, you kind of get it, but I wanted more of a connection in that part of the film to really understand their relationship, which I don't even think they understand their relationship, but I wanted a little bit more from that aspect of the film. But overall, like I said, I had a really fun time with it, with this film, and I think it's a movie that you can watch multiple times and kind of get a different glimpse of. So overall, I gave the film 4 stars. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about Your Name, if you saw it in sub, if you saw it in dub, if you just recently seen it. Please let me know in the comments below. So this is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links to my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.